What's going on, everyone? This is Apex Gamer bringing you the first of many deck profiles to the channel. This profile will be on Floowandereeze. I played this deck this past Saturday at my locals OTS tournament, making top 4 with this deck. My only losses were to a Trap Eldritch deck that had Dragoon pretty much every turn, and Virtual World Sorcerer, which was a pretty rough matchup. They start their board, they get pretty big combos and a lot of negates on the board, and it's pretty hard to play through all of them, especially when they side Lancia. But without further ado, I'll just get right into the profile. Well, starting out with the tributes, we got one Apex Avian, one Rise of the Mega Monarch, and one Impin. With this deck so far, with my playtesting and the way I play it, I have yet to feel the need to have more than one Impin. One seems fine. It's already hard enough for them to get over, and if they do, I just recycle it out with Stree and Talkin. Next up, D-Shifter. As many of you know, D-Shifter is a turn ender for almost every deck, especially whether I go first or they go first. It is a turn ender. I won plenty of my matches last night by just dropping him down, straight shotgunning, and my opponent looks at me funny, they hate me, they make one move, and they just pass their turn. So D-Shifter at 3 is definitely a must in this deck. Alright, starting off with the little birds, you got 3 Rabina, searches your level 4 or lowers. Got Eaglin, searches your level 7 or highers. Got 1 Stree and 1 Talkin. Again, with the ratio, some people might play more than one or the other. Again, the way I play it, 1 and 1 works just fine for me. It helps so that my hands don't get too clunky with little birds, and if I need it, we have the new quick play, so now I can just easily search them out, so it works out very well. Alright, moving on, we got the 1 statue. Yes, still 1 statue. Again, another card to get hard for a lot of decks to get over. Even if they can get that 1 normal summon out, you already know we're going to bounce it, we're going to flip it face down, we're going to get it out of the way and protect our barrier. So definitely a must play at 1. Hand traps, I play 2 Ash, and for my own little tag choice that I decided to try just to see how it would work would be 1 DD Crow. Yes, it is searchable. Yes, we have Stree, but in cases where I don't have to waste my summon and possibly get stopped on Stree, I have the searchable DD Crow. Ash is Ash, it hits everything in the format, almost every deck. There were a few times where I dropped the Ash on a good search and it pretty much ended their turn because their hands were not that good. So I like these ratios. I was playing 3 Ash and no Crow, but I decided to add in the Crow at the last minute, and it worked out for me. Alright, moving on to the spells. Play 3 Magnificent Map. Start like the heart and soul of the deck. You gotta play it. It gets your plays going, even if you have the worst bird in your hand. Like Eaglin by himself is just no bueno, but if you got Eaglin and Map, full combo all day. And also being able to normal summon on their turn, which equals our turn, just equals just more pluses. Next up, we got the new quick play, Floowandereeze in the Advent of Adventure. This card is literally insane. It helped me dodge so many hand traps, monster effects. It's just, you gotta play 3. You can't play less than 3. Don't even think about it. Like, you gotta play 3. This card is freaking insane. It helps with the consistency issue that this deck had. Bricking is almost not even a thing anymore, because if you get some of your big birds in your hand, or sorry, your big tributes in your hand, and you can't do anything with them, well, they're all winged beasts, so just banish them and just keep on playing. Next up, I personally am keeping 3 Book of Moon. It is a great card for this deck. It works both offensively and defensively. There was never a time I saw this and I was like, man, I wish I didn't have it, or never a time where I dug for it off of either of the pots. Most of the time, if I had full combo, just for reassurance, I would go ahead and grab that book just in case. Next up, going with the consistency cards, we have 3 Pot of Prosperity. I have not tested this deck with Extravagance, and honestly, I don't even feel the need to. There are just times with this deck where you have to dig for 3, or I'm sorry, dig for 6 versus just drawing the random 2. sometimes digging for 6, you see that card you need, and it helps you either get your combo or at least help you get set up for the next turn. 3 Power Duality. Not much left to say about this card. You know, we don't special summon. Why not dig for 3? Easy. Next up we have 1 Unexplored Winds, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Call by the Grave. I was playtesting 2 of this. It worked out, but when we got the quick play spell, I ended up just taking the second one out, and also the second of the Dreaming Town, and then throwing in 3 of the new quick play. Harpy's Feather Duster in the main, just because with skill drain up to 3, I've been seeing it way more in my locals, so it just helps to have at least one main deck out to it, aside from being able to tribute over it with Unexploded Winds. And Call By is Call By. The one card that does really hurt us is Ash and Droll if I don't have the D-Shifter, so Call By is necessary. Onto the traps. 3 Imperm. Definitely a great way to go. Like if I'm going second on the first round, and they have an Omni Negate, great way to go to just bait out that Omni Negate and just keep on playing through whatever they have on the board. And last but not least, we have 1 Dreaming Town. Again, I place tested with 2 of this and it worked out well, but again, with the new quick play, I had to make room for all 3 of those, so taking out 1 of this and Unexplored Winds just made it easier for me. Alright, that is it for the main deck. That is an even 40. We'll move on to the side deck. So the one monster in the side deck is a Dark Simorgh. Again, Trap Eldritch, it's everywhere. Different variations of it, but nonetheless, that deck is still here. So not having your opponent been able to set anything, especially if I go first and they can't beat over this, even when I have protection, it works out very well for me at least. Continuing on, we have 3 Harpy's Featherstorm, because why not? This card is freaking insane, especially going first or even going second, but definitely going first. Being able to get your combo off, set this, and just activate this on their standby phase, pretty much saying, hey, nice turn you got there, go ahead and pass so I can keep on going. Next thing we have is 3 Cosmic Cyclone, because again, back row. I play tested between this and Twin Twisters. I think I might go back to Twin Twisters just because Artifact Lancia is a thing. But at the same time, when I'm playing Trap Eldritch, I like to hit their freaking elixirs and golden lands, and therefore they can't get their secondary effects off. Next to the last 2 cards that overperformed were Evenly Matched and Dark Ruler No More. Man, let me tell you, just seeing these 2 cards made me feel good about the next turn. When my opponent went first and they set up their whole board, and then I either draw into this or I have it in my first opening hand, I'm like, yeah, okay, keep doing what you're doing, but I'm gonna pop off this Dark Ruler or this Evenly, and I'm gonna just go through whatever you got. And it worked almost every time, except for the one time against the Virtual War player where he had the Lancia, and I just felt super sad. Last cards are Lightning Storm. I honestly never even sided this in. I honestly don't know why, I just never sided it in. Most of the time people put everything in defense anyway because they know I have Impin. So these might come out. What will come out? Maybe Anti-Spell Fragrance to help combo off with the Dark Simorgh block. And last but not least, the extra deck. Kind of sort of doesn't matter, but we'll go through it anyway. Intis, Mekaba, Nova for the Christmas package, just in case of Maximus, because that is also still a thing. We have 2 Shregs, the Ominous Omen, 1 Salamangreat Great, 1 Lictor's Anima, then Karibo, 1 Dark, just because I played DD Crow, so I could go in this if I needed to. Obviously never did. 1 Fairjeet, 1 Promenade Thrush, 1 Recital Starling, a Symbol Nightingale, and the Zeus package. I never went to my extra deck, but I still like to have it established just in case I need to go into it, or again, like I said, I'm going against the Maximus deck, or sorry, Invoke Dogmatica Shadal, sorry. So that's the deck profile. Again, the deck played really well for me. Like I said, my only 2 losses were against Trap the Village Dragoon, which going up against Dragoon and then even trying to out it, and then they just flip over the skill drain. It's hard to get over, especially when you don't have a whole lot of outs to begin with. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Please comment, subscribe, and I'll check you guys out on the next one. Peace.